While there have been countless inventions that were created for other purposes that have found their way into music, there are few as unique or as long-lived as the presence of the vocoder. The term vocoder is actually just a shortened name for what it actually is, a voice encoder. And in short, it's basically an analysis system that's used to modify the human voice in one way or another. The encoder uses a multi-band filter to place various adjustments, most often envelope filters and envelope followers, to alter the sound and the initial pitch of the voice. And when taken to an extreme, this yields one of the most unique sounds ever created. Though most are unaware, the vocoder was actually developed all the way back in the 1930s, and it was originally designed as a way to take up less space on communication bandwidth as well as encryption purposes. While the former of these two reasons has obvious applications with radio stations, the latter was developed as a need for secure communications, especially in military situations, as it allowed for messages to be sent over long distances, and as long as the receiving channel was set to the exact same encryption as the sending one, it could only be decrypted by that machine. This led to vocoders having a massive importance in World War II, as well as nearly every other large-scale military operation since. Throughout the 1940s and 50s, various musicians found different ways to incorporate vocoders into their music, but it wouldn't be until the end of the 1960s that the instrument really found its place. Not surprisingly, one of the first solid-state vocoders was developed in about 1968 by none other than Robert Moog, and by the end of the next year, a handful of cutting-edge artists were already using it. The Moog unit in question would be completely redesigned in 1970, and it would be this 10-band device that is now commonly referred to as the vocoder. And it worked perfectly right alongside Robert Moog's legendary synthesizer and a customized microphone. This is actually why many people refer to vocoders as talking synthesizers, and the sound gained massive recognition when it was used in the soundtrack to the film A Clockwork Orange. Then in 1972, you get the iconic Electric Samurai record, and this is one of, if not the earliest example of a vocoder being used for an entire album. And combined with the Snowflakes Are Dancing record, you basically have the blueprint for the modern electronic movement. However, there may be no other album more important to the use of the vocoder than Kraftwerk's brilliant 1974 album, Autobahn. And this led to much wider use, with artists ranging from ELO to Pink Floyd to Giorgio Moroder and countless others before the decade was out. With the rise of the so-called New Age movement in the 80s, the vocoder found a brand new life. And in that decade, you can find it on recordings from Neil Young, Stevie Wonder, and even Michael Jackson. In modern times, many people rightfully see the vocoder as the precursor to what we now call autotune, as not only do the two share a very similar sound, but they are nearly exactly the same in terms of the roots from which they were created. From its early days as a means of secure communication, to its more modern place as one of the most instantly recognizable sounds ever in music history, there's simply nothing else that sounds quite like a vocoder.